I'm not from here, so maybe I'm speaking ignorantly. I don't
Different level, my viewpoint maybe.
We don't have this kind of problems.
Someone like Kim Jong-un in power,
But also the same thing was scary because when over there, the military.
So in the long term, do I see North Korea surviving?
Only for today.
Free Korea, not North Korea.
in my opinion, one regime, basically, it's keeping you all apart.
Unstable. I was just talking about it today, actually. I was thinking, how come South Korea is so developed and it's such a futuristic country, and the people are so educated and living a free life and stuff, and right across the street people don't have the same opportunity, Same people, same culture, I guess, but leadership makes a difference, I guess. But yeah, I would hope it would stabilize because we don't need no more trouble. Definitely, the world has too many problems now. Everywhere you look, there are problems. Even trade wars now. The U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports and on the Korean imports as well. So, the world is unstable now. So anything that will stabilize is good.
I think it's stable. I'm not sure though, but from what I've heard, they are on different level from my viewpoint maybe. Because South Korea is really highly developed and North Korea not much, but more a militarized country. But what I see now is that the people like each other. It's all about politics, and maybe in the future Korea will unify. I don't think it's going to be led to war. I don't think the countries will go to war. Yeah.
I'd say it's unstable. The unpredictableness of the North Korean government makes it pretty unstable, I'd say. Yeah. I don't feel worried being here, but I would understand if you were Korean, that obviously that is just a constant threat that you don't really know when they're gonna just do something,
I think for now stable. I think the problem is when you've got someone like Kim Jong-un in power, nothing's ever stable. The problem is because it's built on one personality. But certainly both sides have been able to keep the peace now for 55, wasn't it, that the ceasefire happened? So they've been able to keep it stable right now, and I hope that both North and South find ways to build bridges and your shared culture as opposed to keeping apart all the time. Being at the DMZ yesterday, it feels quite sad that there's people of different similar culture and they're separated based on, in my opinion, one regime. Basically, it's keeping you all apart. So that's my opinion on that.
I think maybe unstable. Everything is unstable right now because of America and Trump. Yeah, it's making everything pretty unstable, so who knows what's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, right now it's a little bit risky, the situation, but I don't know. I hope it's going to end well.
Well, I don't feel anxious, but it's a little bit risky, I know, but we don't care. We are just visiting and enjoying the ride.
In Mexico, everything is happiness, so we don't have this kind of problems. A little bit because I'm here, but if I were in Mexico, I was in the beach or something. We are happy every day.
We enjoy everything.
In Mexico, there is no army, there is nothing. We just enjoy the life and drink beer.
Only for today.
I think it's a stable armistice. I think that people don't want to fight anymore. I don't think that Koreans want to fight between Koreans. I don't think that society nor people wants to fight their neighbors. And I think that what everybody would love is to be one Korea, like a free Korea, not North Korea. Everybody wants to be the good Korea, so South Korea.
I would say it's unstable from my point of view, because first of all, it's a kind of nuclear country, which is always possess the threat to South Korea, sometimes big, sometimes small. There is always a tension, that's what I could say. This is my opinion, so that the situation is unstable probably ever since the Korea was divided. That's pretty sad, but it is what it is.
It feels like a complicated subject, but I think ultimately stable, because it has been relatively stable for quite a long time. I'm not from here, so maybe I'm speaking ignorantly. I don't think there is any desire for there to be an unstable relationship between North and South Korea. In Korea itself, between Koreans. And ultimately, a lot of the unsettling nature of it comes from dictatorial posturing from up north, because they're trying to assert themselves on a world stage, and Kim Jong-un is trying to keep a strong grip on his country and stay in power. I don't think there's any kind of ill will towards South Korea truly, and I don't think it would ever become truly unstable, and that's not his intent. So I think it is stable overall.
When you read about it in the papers, of course it's unstable. We have actually friends from the Swedish army that is a part of the forces that are monitoring the border. So we have been at the border, and it's a very strange feeling. So there is a lot of tension there, yes.
I think it's stable to identify and acknowledge it, but it can like descale at any moment. So I went to the DMZ, so I managed to see like the north side and the south side of Korea, and also the demilitarized area over there. It looked very touristy, but also at the same time was scary because when over there, the military from that area, protected by the UN, they check our passports to see if you're not gonna do like something crazy or that kind of stuff. And I think like recently there was like a US soldier that kind of crossed the border, and it was like a huge chaos. The north side or the south side, they can take it like an offensive, or they can take it like a war aspect for like the minuscule details. But at the same time, I think it's more stable right now because it hasn't like changed a lot throughout like 20 or 30 years. So most things happen like around 50 years before, but anything can happen at any moment. So stable most of the time.
Я считаю, что обе страны должны стать одной страной, они должны дружить, и это одна нация, и она должна быть едина.
Well, it's not the most stable relationship, but I think at the moment it's going to have to work. I think there's a huge political and social cost to reintegrating the people from North Korea. Not just the monetary capital, but also just the skill set that's going to come here. It's going to take a great sacrifice from the people in South Korea to make that happen. So in the long term, do I see North Korea surviving? Maybe not in 50, 75 years, but I see it's going to be a difficult challenge for South Korea to make that happen as well. But maybe with declining birth rates, that could be a good thing to help absorb extra population.